Hello. Welcome back to the show that carefully considers all the facts and then completely ignores them. It's we, the revolution. Alright, back in court again. Let's take a quick look at how we're faring. Our reputation is even here. Both, no one likes us. No one likes us. Reputation of 3, I don't know if that's good or bad. It looks like it's up there a little bit. Looks like we've acquitted 2, sent 2 to prison. Some more people we know, which I'm not going to bother reading. Alright, let's see what we're in for today. The defendant may introduce himself. We all know who this villain is. Matthew Burrell, Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard, and... Shut up already! Let us proceed directly to the testimony. Alright. We're dealing with treason and corruption. In the dock sits Matthew Burrell, the former Commander-in-Chief of the National Guard. The defendant stands accused of causing the death of 34 people who took part in a demonstration against monarchic authority. So this must be the battleground we walked through yesterday. Around 3 p.m., 2 spontaneous groups of protesters stumbled upon each other in one of the streets leading to the Place Vendôme. Okay. Again, I don't speak French. I don't read French. I apologize to anybody who does. Number 2, just another warning. This game does seem to deal with mature situations and violence. So maybe that's something you care about. If not, please continue on. A quarrel broke out between the supporters and opponents of Citizen Capet. I'm not sure who Citizen Capet is. With both sides engaged in a heated argument, none of the involved parties managed to gain the upper hand, and they quickly resorted to name-calling and public threats. Okay, so the death of 34 people is definitely the crime. Name-calling and public threats. Soon after, a National Guard detachment led by the defendant arrived on the scene. According to the eyewitness testimony of Blaise Fawcett, Commander-in-Chief Matthew Bureau stood himself between the 2 groups alone, bravery, and attempted to talk sense into them. He was quickly shouted down by the protesters. A few of them vocally accused the Commander-in-Chief of violating their freedom of speech. Okay, I'm not sure what freedom of speech existed in this part of France at this time. A rock flew over Burrell's head, and then he walked up to the regiment that, until this point, had stood away from the crowds. The Commander-in-Chief ordered them to load their muskets and aim at the protesters. He shouted to the mob that they should leave, which the people of France of course ignored. Then, as Fawcett testified, another rock barely missed his head. This time, it managed to hit one of the soldiers in the chest, leaving him breathless for a moment. Burrell ordered his troops to fire. Bullets reached 34 people in total on both sides of the protest. During his arrest, Burrell tried to explain that he had the tribunal's opinion, which stated that he could use force if needed. Yes, but not for simple rock throwing. He tried to defend himself with similar opinions from the convention. Prosecutor Tinville did not care for such explanations, and his fiery speech convinced the deputies to dismiss him. He is trying to convince the judge to impose an additional punishment. So everybody thinks this guy's a piece of shit. Let's get an idea of what we need to find out here. Did the defendant confess the crime? What is the reason for the commander's resignation? Incompetence. Location? Here, the Place Vendôme. Is the defendant a monarchist? I do not yet know. Alright, so let's see where the facts of this case lead us. Let's try to get some questions here. We have a trap. We have to reveal 9 questions. At this point, I still don't really understand this whole thing here. Obviously, the more questions you have to pick from, the better your chances of leading a result where you want it to go. So you can make this guy look more innocent, more guilty, in order to kind of balance the factions. It's all like a tightrope walking game, as far as I can tell. We're just trying to do what's right while staying alive. All right. Tribunal's opinion is a defense. Yes. Freedom of speech is an accusation. Yes. The commander, we'll save that one. Injured soldier is course of events. Incorrect. Why is that incorrect? Injured soldier is extenuating circumstances. Okay. I'm not sure what they mean by defense here. His defense? Order to load muskets. Course of events. Yes. Causing death is the accusation. The commander-in-chief's recklessness. See, I'm not sure he was reckless, though, because he stood between the two groups and tried to talk them down, which failed. Okay. Oh, that's another one, too? Shit. Protesters will be course of events. Caught in a... How's that a damn trap? Crowd's fervor. Course of events. You got... I think if I goof up one more, I'll lose all my questions. Or I lose access to them. Course of events. Ah. Okay, so we're not going to have our full tableau of questions, I guess. Let's see what we can ask him. I think I'm leaning towards the chopping block here. I can't defend this guy's actions. I can't. Obviously, the two crowds were yelling at each other, but they hadn't come to blows. Freedom of speech defense is maybe a little bit over the edge. They were definitely rowdy. The chance of violence existed. It could have been broken up, but obviously we can't condone the murder of 34 protesters. What do we need to find out? We need to find out if he's a monarchist. But look at all these things that are going to lead towards freedom. We don't want freedom. So what we can do is kind of look here. This might be interesting. Let's see what the default, like if we pick death penalty, common folk, I'll be curious after we sway the jury if these numbers change or if that doesn't matter. Prison is not... Death penalty shows the biggest swing, for sure. No one likes acquittal. That's weird, like, if I acquit him, the common folk want him dead. If I acquit him, that's less of a loss than if I just sent him to prison. Interesting. I'm trying to piece all this together. Okay, we know more people here now. That's filling in. We're still at the bottom. I think before I start the next video or whatever, I'm gonna tuck into like understanding all these people and who they are and how they relate. I don't see a reason to do that on stream. That would just be more reading and delay. That can be commentary. Alright, let's see what we can do with you. Why did he stand between the fighting groups? See, I think that's like a brave kind of right action. Here they're saying that it's going to influence execution. Let's find out why. Why did the citizens stand between the fighting groups? I know for a fact that you can decrease tension with reason and mediation of a third party. I was not involved with either of the groups. Wait, do you mean to say that you are not a supporter of the revolution? During these events, I was a soldier and an officer first and foremost. I could not allow myself the comfort of having political views. Why? The security of the people is the most important thing. Citizens from surrounding houses first, protesters second. Citizens from surrounding houses first. So people in the area, he was not really interested in breaking up these groups as much as protecting this area. Interesting. Since we are far beyond those events, I take this lack of clear answer as evidence of your support for the monarchy. I've always remained loyal to France and for our people. Okay. Yes. Let's see if we can get him to commit to the crime. Admit to the crime. Man, I am fried from work. Holy, it's only Monday. It is only going to get worse. Is the condemned aware of the severity of the charges? You understand that 34 civilians were killed. Those that were killed were aggressors who dared to attack a soldier. All 34 of them. No, he was hit by a rock thrown by a single person. But before that, another rock flew over my head. I had reason to believe the mob would become violent. Possible. That doesn't mean it would become violent. But that's exactly why you were sent there, to prevent violence. And I did. Several people died, but the rest of the citizens were safe. Look, you shoot 30 of these bastards, the rest get away clean. Everybody's safe. Okay. This commander-in-chief is a real piece of work. He's not commander-in-chief anymore. Still a bastard, though. Oh, it's like 100% execution. We don't know what this witness is going to say, but let's see what happens. Summon the witness. Please introduce yourself. Blasé Facette, Monsieur le Juge. I'm a simple blacksmith. Citizen, do you confirm being a witness of the events that are the cause of our gathering today? Yes, I was a witness. I mean, I was there. I saw everything and I want to talk about it. I really do. Can the accused recall what the people were saying from both sides? Please tell us if you saw exactly how the accused acted. Yes, of course. That's why I'm here. I saw it. The captain. He's a captain, right? Go on. He stood between the people and started yelling at them. If someone came up to him, he pushed them away and made threats, shaking his fist. But I think he meant well. I agree. Well, he meant well to protect the surrounding area, not necessarily the two groups. Why do you think that? I don't know. A feeling I had. What did the accused do when the first bodies fell? That's an interesting question. What did the accused do when the first bodies fell? Oh, he wasn't very nice. Not nice at all. Can you be a bit more precise? He told his people to leave and then spat in the direction of the crowd and the bodies there. Okay. These are the two I missed. I think I'm ready to pass judgment. Did he admit to the crime? Yes. Well, this is the first time I'm going to send a man to the guillotine. How do I feel about that? I feel okay. I don't make the laws. I don't interpret the laws. I just enforce the laws. 34 dead is just too much to bear. I hereby sentence Matthew Burrell to death by guillotine. The souls of the victims may now rest in peace. Let him share the fate of those he shot. Ah. Come on. I thought that he confessed to having shot those people. Reputation -1. Influence -1. Why? Okay. Pardon me while I get a drink. Maybe I could win the heart of the crowd. Earn the favor of the crowd by delivering a speech or proceeding directly to the execution. Remember, once you start your speech, there's no going back. An awkward or clumsy speech will earn you nothing but ridicule from the audience. Depending on your reputation, the crowd will be more or less aggressive. Let's try. Let's just see what happens. Strategy building. Before attempting persuasion, you may explore different approaches to all the topics of the conversation. After employing every kind of emotion, you will receive an evaluation for your choices. Each attitude comes with a set of emotions that can have a positive and negative impact. Learn their effects to manipulate the people in Paris the way you please. The higher your reputation, the more you know about the other speaker's attitudes. You can also obtain this information by spending influence points. Well, let's reveal these. Let's spend my influence. The crowd's attitude is attached. I don't know what that means. Withdrawn. Crime. Why would I choose a careless approach? Okay. They're withdrawn from the defendant. They have no opinion on the revolution. They're attached to the crime. These terms and ideas are a little vague. What does carelessness mean? Humility? Aggression? We are aggressively denouncing the crime. The defendant? What is that? Someone juggling skulls? Humility. The revolution? Oh. I don't want to choose manipulation because I'm not sure how. Let's just try carelessness to see what happens. A weak argument, a very weak argument, a perfect argument. Oh, I can't change them now. But how was I supposed to know that? It's kind of hard to have a strategy when you don't understand. You don't understand the connections. You know what I mean? Well, let's see what happens. Okay. Am I supposed to time these? Come, let the accused have a word with the guillotine. Oh, I irritated him. It is you, the people, who are in charge here. Oh, they fucking hated that. I have no idea what's going on. Your scapegoat will die so that you can walk free. I wonder if your conscience will let you sleep at night. For the revolution. I actually have to do it myself. That's a really cool shot behind the blade, right? It comes up and you see the reaction of all the people in the crowd. That's cool. There can be no more demeaning experience for revolutionary Paris than the escape of his citizen Capet. He escaped, slipped right through from the hands, and the revolutionary seems feeble and weak. The people resemble a child that could easily be duped by anyone. However, the Republic quickly composed itself thanks to a postmaster for its people, who were able to catch the fugitives escaping to Montmédy. Ordinary citizens led to the fall of a monarch. You will have a chance to serve the Republic as well, for Citizen Capet will face the tribunal tomorrow. You will choose how he will be remembered, as a traitor and a coward, or as an unlucky statesman. If it were the only prison guard, if it were for the prison guards to decide, there would only be more outcome. No, we're not going to rough him up. We'll leave him alone until the trial. Okay, I really need to get extra reputation up right now because I seem to be failing at everything at every turn. So, although I kind of want to go gambling. This will get my dad up. That makes everybody mad. Let's go gambling. That's further away. Don't drop too far. Please don't drop too far. He didn't care at all. Okay. Okay. How are we looking here? Oh, shit. Okay, that's where we're going to end it for this one. I don't want to have like a 45-minute video again. I try to keep them short, so if anybody does actually want to watch them, it's not like a big chore, you know what I mean? So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on We, the Revolution. Bye now.